Hey, y'all, it's your favorite Unc. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to Nightcap YouTube channel so you never miss a single live stream or video of myself, Ocho, and Gil. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Dame had 25 points. He was 9 of 23, 3 of 13 from the three-point line, and they lose. Anthony Simons hit a jumper and ended up winning the game by 3. They fouled. They missed the three-point. Brook Lopez missed the three-point shot. They make both free throws. They're down by 3. They foul Giannis. He missed the first one, so now he has to miss the second one, and they end up losing the game. What do you make of Dame's return?
Just as a player, right? You're going back to the where you started your career, where all your all-stars or your all NBAs, where your family is, where you really had your ties. The game for Dame was won when he landed and he got to pick his kids up. It was his kids' birthdays. He got to be with them for their birthday. He got to see all his family he left behind. So just for him personally, that was a big thing. Mm-hmm. For the Bucks as a team, right? Like you're in,
yeah.
Like you Doc. Like what do you do? Like this is my thing with this team. Forget that you lost the game. You lost the game to a team that got 15 wins. No superstar on the team, no game changer on the team. And the funny part about this, the last 20 minutes of the game, starting in the third quarter, the only free throws Portland shot was the last 4 seconds. So that means that they didn't shoot a free throw throughout the 9-minute mark all the way to basically the 4-second mark. So that means they was getting nothing but buckets on your ass.
Yeah. Because I saw what's his name? Hold on, let me see. Jeremy Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Grant, he got going in the fourth and seemed like everything that he put up, he was getting to his spot, elevating, boom, knocking it down. Simons did the Euro step over Mike Beasley. Got it. But I thought, and played well. DeAndre Ayton played well tonight. He got big buckets when he absolutely had to have them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was surprised. I was expecting Milwaukee to win this game, considering everybody was a go tonight. Giannis was a go. Obviously, Dame was going to play because he's going in his return. Obviously, it's emotional going back. Like you said, you spent the lion's share of your career there. You're probably going to be known for being in Portland. Some of your best years, now unless you win a championship, your best years are going to come in Portland. It's hard to see me. I don't think he's going to match the number of years that he played in Portland and match that playing in Milwaukee. Now, the only thing he can do, because he's been all NBA, he's been an all-star, all that other stuff. Now, the only thing that he can do in Milwaukee is win a title. And that's why he got out of Portland, was to give himself an opportunity to win a title. But I thought the crowd was great towards him because he's been great as a player. He's been great in the community. He's been nothing but a model citizen. But the Blazers played really well tonight, and I think they wanted to, because they had what? DeAndre Ayton was 10 of 17. Anthony Simons was 10 of 19. They got Scoot Henderson was 6 of 11, got 15 off the bench. They got another guy got 10 off the bench. They played well. Milwaukee really didn't get a whole lot off their bench. Crowder gave them 6. Bobby Portis, who's their main scoring option off the bench, he normally gives them somewhere around 12 and 8, 12 and 10, but he's been known to give them 20 plus. They got 17 points off the bench. And Portland got 14, 20, got 35 off the bench. So you're plus 18 off the bench. 9 of 9. I mean, the free throws, Portland only shot 9 free throws, but they were 100%. Milwaukee shot 18. They're 13 of 15, 13 of 18, 72%. Milwaukee was terrible from the three-point line. They got up 45, only made 13. And Portland was 12 of 28. They were 42%. But Portland shot 53% from the floor. So that tells me, as you said, okay, they only shot 9 free throws. They're a jump shooting team.
Yeah.
And you let them shoot 53%? Damn.
That's what I'm saying. It's like your problem with your problem with
Adrian Griffin
was no defense, But Doc's history is he doesn't have defense. He don't have defensive schemes. Every team he went to had a great defensive team, and then over the years, they slipped under Doc. That is his history, right? Yeah, he had Boston for that great year where they came in and Kevin Garnett, a defensive player, came in. You got Ray Allen. They had a great group of defensive players. And then from there, you slid defensively. Who you were in Orlando, horrible defensively. When you finished with the Clippers, when Clippers got great at defense, who did they bring in? Paul George, defensive players, Kawhi, a defensive player. So those two players automatically made the team a better defensive team.
Right.
You, as a coach, don't have defensive schemes. You're not a defensive coach, right? When you went to Philly. I'm sorry, but your point guard that was 6'11" was all first-team defense.
Right.
Right? Embiid was a defensive player, so you inherited defense, right? So you go in there with this defensive, there's nothing in your history that says you're very great at defense. I'm sorry to point it out. There's nothing in your history that says that.
Yeah. This doesn't look well because I think they were 30-13, 30-12. 30-13, and you fire Adrian Griffin. Now, this is what I know, and I could be totally off base. You tell me what you want. Jason Kidd was the coach. He's gone. Budenholzer was there for 5-6 years, won a title. He's gone. Adrian Griffin lasted 43 games. He's gone. Now Doc's in. That's 4 coaches in about, 6 years?
Yep.
So we're not going to say anything about y'all. I mean, Giannis is above reproach.
No. We're going to say exactly what most stars do. When they feel they are bigger than the coach and them and the coach is bumping about something, they use their power to get rid of the coach. And that is the instance in this, right? And they don't realize that they're going to have to adjust. Like Dame, like what he has to adjust to is this. He was used to playing under Adrian Griffin the whole 12 minutes, right? He's used to playing the whole 12 minutes, right? And then he comes out at the beginning of at the top of the second, right?
Right.
It's 3 minutes. Well, Doc ain't like that, right? Doc gonna sub you out at the 3-minute mark, and then he's going to hold you all the way to the 9-minute mark, which for a scorer, it's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah. He didn't get a rhythm. He got to play.
No. Here's why, Unc. The last 3 minutes, most of the time you're in a penalty, right? This is like the red zone. You're in a penalty.
Right.
And then imagine taking out your best running back and your best
wide receiver
while you're in the red zone. Right? That's what this is. When coaches take their best player out in those 3 minutes, right? That is the most important time in the game because, one, you're in a penalty. Most of the time, other teams are subbing in, right? Which means those players is cold. So you can really push the tempo to try to get to the free throw line. So this is a chance where your best player can take free throws because they don't want to foul anymore. But when you take your best player out, put some cold players in, they use that 3 minutes to get in, to get warm. So they don't take advantage of the 3 minutes anyway, right?
So what's the best case scenario for the Bucks? Anything less than a championship, is this season a disappointment?
Yeah, no, the best thing for the Bucks right now is like to go into the locker room and say, hey, Doc, listen, we changed our mind. Right, we're gonna go with that guy that gave us the win when you wasn't here. We fired the other dude, the dude that he wasn't really a coach, but we got a win. Right, remember one of the wins is when they didn't have a coach.
Wow.
Yeah, so Doc, pack your shit, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish the season without you because at the end of the day, we were good before you got here.
So they're 0-2 now with Doc, right?
Yeah. And they 2-0 without a coach.
So how surprised are you that a team makes a move 43 games into the season and it's not somebody that's on the staff that takes over? They go completely outside.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is called connections. Can't even be mad at Doc for this. This is called connection. You really have some pull because it doesn't happen like this, right? As a coach, you don't want to be a coach that come in on this is too much pressure for Doc. He can't even handle the pressure when he got the team for the whole year. Now you got to try to put in plays and learn their plays right here in real time. You go down 0-3, you best believe you're getting killed in the media. That's why I said this wasn't a win-win for Doc. Because, if you win the championship, it was like, well, they were 30-13 before they got to you, dude. If you lose, it's your fault because it was 30-13 before
before you got there. But help me understand this, Gil. I'm watching the game. Why the hell Giannis get the ball? You know damn well you can't shoot no free throws. You the last person that should get the ball. If everybody should go to the end, and Dame got to get that basketball. Damian Lillard got to get that basketball. Why the hell? You down I get it. You down a bucket. No, you down 3 at this point because they had just gone to the free throw line and made 2 shots. So you're down 116, 119. Why the hell you throw the ball to Giannis?
Because sometimes players can't get it out of their own way, right? Right. And I said it. I was crucial on Giannis and say, right, you need to learn how to really play the game, get into the post, dominate from short distance, right? You dribbling the ball up court, trying to do the same right to left Euro, right? We can see it coming from a mile away. Like most of your buckets you're trying to come downhill, right? When you start slowing up, when your game slows up, what do you have? You haven't learned how to play back to the basket to really be dominant. So like MJ learned back to the basket when he still had all his right. He understood evolution, right? He understood that I'm gonna slow up at some point in time. When I do, I won't be affected by it, right? So he's so used to grabbing the ball, going full court, doesn't realize, sir, this is not your time of the game now.
That's Dame.
That's a player who make free throws, who can get it done, right? Right. This is like Shaq. Get the ball and say, hey, I'm going to try to do it myself, and we're going to foul you. You go to the free throw. Like, you have to understand this game, right? You have to understand who's on your team. You got to understand the sacrifice.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough to watch because I'm looking at him like, well, why the hell? And first of all, why are you passing it to him? I'm not finna give you the ball because, of all the players that were on the court, Giannis would be the last guy for the Bucks that I would actually think would make both of those free throws. Now they foul and make them go down to make 2 more, and then we got to throw the ball the length of the court and try to get it in. But I'm not throwing. Giannis is the last guy that's out there that I'm actually think is going to make both of these free throws.
Yeah, he is. To be honest, he is the last guy. Right. That's not your first option. Your first option is a guy who shoots 92% from the free throw line. That's the guy that you want to the ball. But the problem with the Bucks is there's nobody else you can throw the ball to because they don't shoot free throws. So most of the team, right, didn't shoot free throws this game. And they don't want those 2 to be the most exciting. Well, like Middleton can't get his ass to the free throw line no more. Right. Nope. Beasley just shoot jump shots all day. So for the most part,
they only had 4 guys shoot free throws the other night. Jay Crowder was 1 for 2.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder was 1 for 2. Dame was 4 for 4. Brook Lopez was 1 for 1. And Giannis was 7 for 11.
Yeah, they're a jump shooting team. They don't have nobody to get to the basket when they need free throws. So they don't understand, hey, listen, if Giannis want to drive and get us in a penalty, once he gets into the penalty, that's when you become Shea. Get you and steal you some free throws.
Yeah, they don't really have anybody that. Brook Lopez 7-1, but he doesn't play with his back to the basket. He's hovering around the 3-point line.
Yep.
Dame is as a guard, and he's not playing with his back to the basket. That's not Beasley's game. Giannis, that's not his game. As you said, he's looking to get ahead of steam and come downhill. I'm a Euro step you, I'm a side step you, I'm gonna lay it up, I'm gonna dunk on you. That's what I'm gonna do. But as far as getting the ball in the block and turning around over his shoulder, that's not what he does. And he hasn't developed that aspect of his game. And I'm thinking that's why he went down to Houston to try to work with Olajuwon to get his footwork right, because Olajuwon has worked with some of the greats as far as footwork. And I don't know how much of it connected with Giannis, but it doesn't seem like he's comfortable with it because he's still doing I don't see anything that with some of the cut-ups that I saw that Elijah Wan was showing him. I mean, you see Kobe, you see it in Kobe's game. You see LeBron shooting that fade, that fall away.
But
I mean, Giannis, I I mean, I don't know if he paid him. Maybe it was like, okay. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to trust that what you learn, you're going to have to put it into effect. If you don't use it, what good did you learn a trade if you won't a trade if you don't use it?
See, I called that out early. 50,000. I said 50,000. That's a ripoff, right? It's a ripoff. You're paying that much for a weekend. You're not going to learn anything on a weekend. Like, it takes you months to learn a skill for it to be natural for you. I said, listen, Hakeem is great at footwork. The problem with Hakeem's footwork is he learned it playing soccer at 10 years old. So that means he wasn't a basketball player. He just used what he had in his brain and
he already knew
basketball. Yeah. So when he does the move, it's instinct to him. He don't know how to give it to them. So I said, first, before you go to Hakeem, you need footwork. He can give you the move to match your footwork. And I said, with Ochocinco's footwork, I'll rather you pay $50,000 to go learn the ladder drill and the footwork drill from football players or soccer players. Then once you have independent foot and you know how it works, then take your happy ass down to Hakeem and learn the moves that go with this footwork. But he's giving you a move with your footwork and it doesn't work. So what ends up happening is you tried this shit the first of the game, you traveled, I called it out on you, and then the rest of the season you went right back to what you know, because that is not part of your game. You want to learn footwork. Soon as the season is ending, you go learn you start working on that today. That's before you get to the basketball court.
Or if you go down to Elijah Wan to work on footwork, okay, let's just say you're going for the weekend. Now you have to implement that, Gil. So the whole summer, while you're doing it, I'm doing this. I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a situation where sometimes, we learn something and then we think, well, okay, that's what I learned. I'm going to wait to the game. No, you got to practice it before you get to the game. Because if you don't, it's kind of like the thing with Tebow. If you look at Tebow when he was going to Tom House and these throwing gurus, he was fine until he got in a stressful situation.
Yeah.
Because the memory will revert back to what I feel most comfortable doing. Mm-hmm. And so he felt as long as he was not under stress, he had a nice, compact throwing motion. Mm-hmm. But the moment he got stressed, he had that elongated throwing motion. Yeah. So Giannis, as long as he's comfortable, okay, he might try the footwork. But if he get in a stressful situation, he's gonna go back to I gotta get downhill.
Yeah, but
damn my feet. Let me Euro step.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times he charged.
Yeah.
Because he got a charging foul late in the ball game. But you have to, whatever you learn, you have to implement it away from the situation in which you learned it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way it's gonna stick, Gil.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people, I don't understand if people understand that. The Celtics now lead the East by 5 games. This is their largest conference lead since 2008. The Bucks are 5 games back. The Knicks are 6 games back. The Cavs got a monster night from Donovan Mitchell, or 6.5. And Philly is fading slowly but surely with 7 games back. And with Joel Embiid being out, we're going to get to him a little later. They're going to probably be, might be later than that.